In Australia, mental illness and suicide are the leading causes of disease burden and death for our adolescents. Mental health is only expected to become more important during the current COVID epidemic, with things like financial hardship, uncertainty, worry, and social isolation severely impacting on our mental health. To better address mental illness, we need to better understand mental health in the brain. I like to think of the brain like an engine, just like a car filled with moving parts that all have independent functions, but work together to make the car or your brain run. If everything is working together properly in your car, you start it up, the engine roars, or maybe buzzes depending on what you drive, and off you go. However, what if your car revs in a different way that makes it difficult to drive? This could be due to any single or number of moving parts, and the same principle applies to the brain. Now, you can't plug a diagnostic tool into your brain when the check engine light comes on. However, what we do have in neuroscience are tools like EEG, short for electroencephalography, which allows us to measure the electrical signal generated by millions of cells in the brain all firing together, what we call the rhythms of the brain. This is what I do. I analyse these rhythms much like a mechanic may listen to and check the timing of a car's engine. Recent EEG research in adults has demonstrated that synchronisation between different signals in different regions of the brain indicate that those regions are working together, or are synchronised, and that this synchronisation is associated with mental health. In my PhD, I'll be analysing this synchronisation in over 100 Sunshine Coast adolescents every 4 months from 12 to 14 in order to map out how the regions of a healthy brain work together through development in comparison to in somebody who may develop symptoms of mental ill health. It's not possible to pop the bonnet on your brain and see inside, but we do have imaging technologies like MRI, which allows us to acquire detailed images of our participants' brains. In addition to EEG, I'll be using a special type of MRI to investigate the tracts or highways that connect different regions of the brain. In doing so, I will acquire the first detailed data regarding how synchronisation in the brain is associated with the underlying connections and how this impacts youth mental health. We already have non-invasive technologies that allow us to use magnetic and electrical stimulation to directly alter the brain's signals and synchronisation, with lasting effects on mental health. By better understanding how the brain synchronises, we're better able to apply these technologies to treat mental illness, and hopefully bring us one step closer to new ways to tune up your brain.